When I was little, I always thought very little of animals, mostly because one of my aunt's dog will always bite me. But after what I experienced one night, I learned to appreciate and care for animals. The year was 2005 in Ecuador. I was around 5 years old as my mom would hold my tiny hand as we walked by a dark neighborhood to go get a taxi to take us home. It seemed that everybody was already asleep since there was not a single soul outside on the streets. We were getting closer to our destination, but before that, we had to cross that street. Every time I remember the street, I just get mad at myself because I was such a coward and a weakling, because I didn't try to do anything to prevent that from happening. The street itself had a bad vibe. It was a two-way street, and you could see a bunch of cars that would come and go. It wasn't very illuminated either. Both the left and right side of the street were lighted up by a single light post, which threw a very dim light, which wasn't bright enough to look far away. I guess that's why the street was often used to rob people. We waited for what seemed to me like an hour until the taxi finally arrived at the other side of the street. As my mom was holding my hand to cross the street, I saw a black cat lying in the middle of the road. It seemed like a car just ran over it, but it was still alive because I could hear it meowing from the pain. I pulled my mom's blouse and pointed at the cat's direction, but she told me there was nothing we could do, that it was too late for the cat. I guess my mom just told me that because she wanted me to get inside the taxi, but all I could do was stare at the cat. It was as if my eyes were stuck to the cat. Somehow my mom managed to get me inside the car, but all I remember is my eyes were locked on the cat. Once I was inside the car, I just kept looking at the cat through the window, but I noticed that far away, in the direction where the cat was lying down, a car was getting closer and closer. Our taxi began to move, and then, in a blink of an eye, the car just ran over the cat. All I could hear was the cat meowing even louder in pain. Tears started to well up in my eyes, then roll down my cheeks, and soon I was weeping helplessly. Our taxi drove away from the place, and all I could do was look back in the direction of the cat. Humans are animals too. There's no thought where they say humans are just smarter animals. What makes humans humans is the fact that we have education, language, tools, and love. After what I experienced that night, I promised myself that I was going to help out animals in any way that I can. Since then, I've helped a kitten find a new home where I knew they were going to take great care of him and he was going to be happy. I also helped another cat, which I named Kevin, find his forever home. Nowadays, I like to feed the cats around my neighborhood. I feel that it's not fair that a person thinks that they can just get rid of their pet just because they don't feel like taking care of them anymore. A pet is not a toy, it's a big responsibility. And that goes for every type of pet, even if it's just a fish, a cat, a dog, a turtle, a hamster, or any other animal. Once you decided to get that pet, it is your responsibility to make sure you provide what they need in order to live a happy and healthy life. Although my childhood dream was to become a vet, I soon realized I wasn't cut out to become one. Even though I can't become a vet, I still do my best to help out animals in any way I can. Today, I am the proud owner of a cat, which I rescued from an airport in Ecuador, a dog, two rescued turtles, and two rescued goldfish. And I couldn't be any more happier to give him a happy and healthy life.